Coach, just curious as where this game, in your vision, swung in the second half in A&M's way tonight.
I thought, after about the first 2 or 3 minutes, we had that 13-point lead where we were up 10 at half, came down, and DJ hit his first shot to go up 13. And I thought a couple of key factors to the game. One is, they had guys, they played a lot of players, and I've got to use our bench better because I thought they really wore us down. But I think the key factor in the game, and it's all on me, was our attack of their press. I thought their press got better in the second half. We got a little fatigued, but I thought what we were doing was too tentative. And we have a different press offense I've almost always used my whole career that we needed to use, where it's much more aggressive trying to score. We never hurt them in our press offense, so they stayed in it. And if you look at the game, we had 15 turnovers. I bet you half of them were against the press. So that's something that's totally on me, and I take full responsibility for it. And the second half, I thought what they did too, Neil, that hurt us is they got 8 offensive rebounds. First half, they only had 2. They had 8 offensive rebounds in the second half. I don't know. How many turnovers did we have at halftime?
At halftime, you had 8.
Yes, so we only had 7 in the second half. It just felt like a lot of those turnovers were against the press tonight. I'll count them up after we watch the film this evening and see. And, give Texas A&M credit. They really fought and scratched and clawed. I thought J.J. Chandler was a key guy for them down the stretch, made big shots. They're a very well coached, hard playing team, and they hung in there with us and took advantage down the stretch. We've got to bounce back from this.
You and I talked about their defense and how aggressive they were in the half court in the pregame show tonight, but it felt like initiating offense, they were really taking a lot of real estate and forcing the Bulldogs to initiate out near the timeline. How tough did that make it to get into sets against their half court?
Yeah, and we should have been doing a little more ball screening there, but a lot of it was just attacking the press. We were too tentative. I mean, we should have been attacking way more aggressively and looking to score against it. That to me is the biggest thing to emphasize in terms of why we came up short.
Thank you.
Sure.
We'll start the media portion of the questions with Joel Coleman, and then we'll go to Garrett. Joel, go ahead.
Ben, just curious, in the last 5 seconds there, you guys get the ball back with a chance to win the game. Just kind of curious what you were looking for there, and just kind of break down the last 5
we were
seconds.
looking to get to one of our 2 starting backcourts and let them, attack as quickly and as fast as they could. DJ did that. He hit the ball to Davon in the middle, which was really good. And Davon should have just shot the ball in that situation. I think he looked the pass, and he had a shot. In that situation, I thought we needed him in there instead of Jalen in case we couldn't get it to either Iverson or DJ to be able to get it up quick with the dribble. We had a chance to have a good look there and just didn't take it.
Garrett, go ahead.
Ben, a little bit of an off night for DJ tonight. Was it something that Texas A&M was doing, focusing on him defensively to maybe cause those 5 turnovers?
Yeah, what they do is they sit in the gap so much. Every time he drove, he had a guy who was helping off of someone else, and he just had to be able to jump stop. So he had 2 offensive fouls because he wasn't coming to a stop on his jump stops. One in the first half, one late in the second half. And, that's what they force you to do is they're so into the gaps, they leave shooters open. And, those I think the second one was a good sell job by their player, the one in the second half. But that was, a big reason why he had those turnovers.
We'll swing it over to Paul Jones. Paul, go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned their rebounds in the second half on the offensive end, and obviously you guys were dominating in the first half. But what changed in the second half, in your opinion, with the rebounds?
I have to watch the film to answer that because I thought we blocked out really good in the first half. I thought they made a more concerted effort to go, obviously, because they really hurt us there, and we had to block out better. And they also drove the ball. I thought when they were making their comeback and ultimately took a lead on us by 4 at 56-52, I think it was, when DJ, or actually we cut it to 2, and then Jalen missed the back end of that foul. And Tolu had a good look to go up one. We had a really nice look in the middle of the paint, about a 7-foot, 8-foot jump hook. Just didn't go in for us. And they came down and had that last play that turned into one more opportunity for us where the time clock expired. But I thought that they just attacked it really well, and we didn't do a good enough job blocking out. Simple as that.
We've got time for a few more. We'll go back to Joel and then cue him up in the chat.
Ben, I know you only got to the line, I guess, for 10 shots tonight, 6 out of 10 from the free throw line. I know it's a small sample size, but just how frustrating has it been? I mean, you think back to the Dayton game and now this one, you just make another shot or two there at the line and the outcomes are different. Just how is that kind of, I guess, have those losses kind of stuck with you a little more just because of that kind of thing? Just where you think this team is with its free throw shooting?
Yeah, you know what? The free throw shots tonight, we're 6 for 10. If we make one more, we're 70%. We're like a 70% team is what I expect to be. So, that 1 point was a big play because we'd be in overtime right now still playing. That being said, we're putting a lot of time in on our foul shooting and really working at it. Tonight, one thing that's really alarming is that Tolu had 0 foul shots attempted, which is really a big surprise. I think that's got to be the first game all year that happened. And, we had some turnovers in the first half even where we could have had a bigger lead. We had one turnover late in the first half where he's wide open underneath and he reaches for it one hand because it's kind of off center to him, and we turn it over. To me, in a game like this, where one team takes 53 shots, the other team takes 51, turnovers are the biggest factor when you look at it. We had 15, they had 11. That's 4 extra possessions. We had 3 extra possessions on the offensive end, on the offensive glass. They're 7 for 9, we're 6 for 10. It's that kind of game. It was very, very close. And, we've got to bounce back now after a bitter defeat tonight and get ready to play a very good Florida team on Saturday.
Tolu, there are a lot of highs and lows, I know, in the game as you go through the course of the year. Kind of take me through what the locker room was like after a heartbreaker tonight.
Well, it's a tough loss. Got to give them credit. It's a great team. So we just got to work on some things and get back on the drawing board, so we'll be fine.
This was a team defensively that played a very aggressive style of man-to-man. What was the toughest thing about trying to get points, especially paint points, against their defense?
They did a great job of pressuring us, especially in the second half. It was tough to get across the court sometimes. So just that pressure, that full court press, and then, once we're across the half, it's like, 10 seconds left to make a play. So it's tough. And then in regards to on the block, it's just they were ready the whole time. So I feel like we made the right reads, but it was just tough on conversions. But we'll be fine.
Now, the other thing I'm sure that came up in the conversation was rebounding, and you guys did so well in the first half, plus 11 in the first half, and in the second half, they're plus 6. Did it feel like that was a turning point in the game?
Definitely. It's just the little things. Getting those 50-50 balls, being able to convert defensively and being aggressive at all times. And coaches emphasizing us the first 5 minutes that we need to come out with a spark. And I think we failed to do this, so we got to do better the next time.
All right, Tolu, thank you. I'll get out of the way and let the other guys talk to you here.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start with Garrett. Garrett, go ahead. Just a reminder to queue your questions up in the deal for us in the chat. Garrett.
Tolu, on that last possession, what did you see? What was the call? And how can you guys kind of improve from that kind of situation going forward?
We ran a play to go inside, and it was a great read, but I saw that they were ready from behind, so I had to make a read to the middle. And honestly, it just went in and out. So